Hi beautiful people, hope you guys are doing well. Before I demonstrate to you why I think Gypsy intentionally and purposefully showed her baby and why I think she is irresponsible and neglectful. Before I get into that, let's talk about her attorney / manager Mike Stanfield. He has played a very important role in Gypsy's life to date. He is her saving grace because at the end of the day, she has him to thank for not being back behind bars, in my opinion. And with all her parole violations, on Monday's episode of the reality show, he explained how he was there for her from the beginning, and when he saw her, she couldn't walk because she was in a wheelchair all of the time, and how he wants to just protect her and help her build a new life. Not verbatim, but one key issue that Mike Stanfield doesn't seem to realize that people have seen her interviews whilst in prison. And how does he explain when she said this?
This is actually kind of the first time I've been honest. Besides being honest, with my attorneys. Even that, I haven't been completely honest with them.
We all are aware of how much Gypsy lies. Does Mike Stanfield continue to just ignore her lies? And he is talking about how people are trying to implicate her or set her up by writing to a co-defendant, Nicholas Godejohn, and blaming it on Gypsy. So, Mike Stanfield, what about when Gypsy was writing, calling, or just communicating with other inmates, which is against her parole rules? Could maybe an explanation be given on how you managed to get her out of that, because it is also no secret that Gypsy's bestie Bree encouraged her to lie about communicating with these inmates. How is it that your client that you have been there for so many years and continue to be there for gets away with what no other felon on parole would be able to get away with? It seems that Mike Stanfield is working his magic with her parole officer, the same way he worked his magic when he managed to get her a second-degree murder plea deal. It has been widely seen now that Gypsy gave a sneak peek of baby Aurora, and I personally think it was intentionally and purposefully done. Before I talk about that, the next day she posted pics of Ken, because as you can see, people were asking about the baby, and this person says, wow, she has a full head of hair. And Gypsy responds with a pic of Ken and adds, she gets it from her daddy. This is Ken's baby picture, and in her comments she states, yes, we have on live stream because we need to be available to cater to her needs. We don't stop being parents just because we are on live stream. We try not to show our face. I'm doing my best. Bullshit. Gypsy also states she is only 3 months old and going through a growth spurt, so her needs are often unpredictable, and at this stage they need to be catered to. It's just how it is. Then this person says, then put the camera at a different angle, to which Gypsy responds, I can agree with that. A different angle would be a good idea. That tells me that Gypsy will continue to have baby Aurora on her upcoming and future watch parties. I feel it was all purposely and intentionally done because Gypsy cannot handle the fact that people are talking about the information in the newly released FOIA documents about her 2015 case. Those documents are being disclosed and read by numerous content creators. I will leave the links to content creators going over these documents. The information in these documents will have you clutching your pearls with your jaw hanging on the floor. And after hearing what is in those documents, and if you do come to the decision to ditch your electric toothbrush, I don't blame you. So with that said, she is going to use her baby girl as a pawn to garner people's sympathy and pity. Last week, Monday, when Gypsy had a watch party, she was very aware to not have the baby's face being shown, that she would even look at the phone to make sure that baby's face couldn't be seen, and Christy did the same thing. Yet this past Monday was a whole different story. In the beginning of the live, as you will see from the clips, she did the same thing. She was aware to make sure baby was covered.
Hey everybody, welcome to our live. I don't want to go through my whole life being Gypsy Blanchard, the girl that murdered her mother. I'm scared that I bring a certain level of drama to his life. He could leave me right now. That's scary. But yeah, it's my heart, and I can't control that.
All right. Look at our beautiful new neighborhood.
The road to happiness is not always easy. Oh, so heavy.
Ken even looked at her like she was overdoing it. When you get towards the end of the stream, pay attention to this clip where Gypsy took the baby from Ken without cover. Ken gave Gypsy a blanket to cover baby, didn't look up once knowing she didn't have the baby fully covered, and Gypsy loves looking at herself.
She's also making the cry face, so I'm trying to soothe her. Okay.
Come here, honey cakes. All right, honey cake.
Want the blanket?
Yeah. Where's your Passy? Where's your Passy, huh? Where did Daddy put your Passy?
It's right here.
Ew.
But she don't want it. I tried to give it to her a few times.
Listen, I'm gonna teach you a trick, okay? All right.
I know.
Knees. Baby, I think she's hungry.
Okay, I'll go make a ball.
Okay, go make a ball. Actually, there's just some left in there.
How old is it? I'll make a new one.
You make a new one. Okay, pancakes. Okay. I know he's hungry. I know. You're hungry. Daddy's gonna get you a ball. It's okay. Oh, honey kiss. Grab the little bun. Move the little foot. There we go. I know he's hungry. Nothing is gonna make you happy until you get some meat. I know, honey. I know.
Not one time did Gypsy look up, and she wiped the baby's mouth with a blanket. And then Ken swoops in and takes the baby with his whole body blocking the phone.
Okay, honey.
I got her.
Okay.
The reason I say Gypsy is irresponsible and neglectful, that whole live, baby Aurora was fussy and restless. They were on that live for an hour. In the beginning, they fed baby Aurora, and Gypsy fed baby. She, in my opinion, didn't even feed baby properly. She sat and fed her for probably 4 minutes max. You could even hear her burping baby Aurora. It was so loud. I have 5 kids. A feeding never lasts 4 minutes. I will leave a link to that live down in my description box, so if you would like to go and check it out in its entirety, please feel free to do so. It was so obvious. Baby Aurora was hungry, and maybe it's just me, but that poor baby's diaper was full. And you could see when Gypsy tried to make her sit. She posted this, showing a picture of Ken and baby Aurora. Who sleeps with a less than 3-month-old like this? And this is not the first time. Gypsy also posted a similar picture with her dad in the same position. This baby is no way or form secure, and they think this is cute. Maybe Gypsy should stop trying to show cuteness and be a responsible and present mother. Babies are blessings. As parents, our responsibility is to protect them at all times. They are our number one priorities. Babies are not a necessity, and definitely not to be used as pawns. And who can forget this? This is Gypsy's own word.
Once the baby's born, I really feel strongly that I don't want my baby to be in front of a camera.
And who? Please, this is a legitimate question. I've never ever heard this before. Ken is sanitizing a dummy, I'm sorry, I apologize, a pacifier with sanitizer wipes? What? Does anyone else do that?
I don't know where it could be.
I'm trying to think where I had it last. Oh, it's right here. It just needs to be sanitized.
Okay, I'll lay her down for a second. Where'd you put those sanitizer wipes?
In the,
See, instantly.
I think the takeaway from this episode is that regardless of anybody's opinion about anybody, please try and respect people's privacy, their life. It's one thing when you're out in public to insert yourself into someone's life, but
basically what I'm trying to say is, you know,
Don't
that
come to
woman,
your house.
yeah, don't come to my house. Don't come to someone's house. That a home is supposed to be someone's safe haven, somewhere where they could go, where they don't have to be in the public eye. That is their sanctity. That's where they feel safe and they can just decompress.
Gypsy needs to cut the bullshit and take several seats, because her spokeswoman and BFF, Bree, who recently has gone after several content creators on behalf of Gypsy Rose, lied on these content creators, tried to humiliate and embarrass them, expose their personal information. And mind you, Gypsy Rose herself participated and reposted that disparaging information her spokeswoman Bree put out. And she wants to stand on a soapbox and be the voice of reason, or try be the voice of reason. Far from it. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a fraud and continues to be a fraud.
It sucks that my home address is out there for everybody, and it was a public street, unfortunately, but there's some things that you should just have common sense to respect, and that's the 2 cents that I feel like people should understand is, I'm human, I have a family. Whatever happened in the past, I am growing from it. I have a family, I have a daughter, and that is my priority. So hopefully that was the takeaway for y'all too.
One thing I will agree with Gypsy on: please do not show up at people's homes. Your mother had a family. You were her daughter. You were her priority. It amazes me that she speaks about respecting people's lives when she didn't respect her own mother's life. And to this day, in her mother's death, she still doesn't respect her name. All this is a facade. That mask will be coming off in just over 2 months. And that is when the little bit of control that those around her do have will no longer exist. Because once she is off parole, and it is no secret, Gypsy is very impulsive and cannot handle taking no for an answer or even accepting the pushback she receives. And my number one concern is baby Aurora, who didn't have a choice on who her mother is or the life that she is born into. Gypsy has not changed. She has not been rehabilitated. She is still a selfish, manipulative, evil being, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch this video. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another, and don't forget to make good memories. Bye, guys.